Ocean City High School football player and former ringleader of Raider Nation, the student fan section. Good morning, Jeff.
What's happening, Tully? How are you?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
I can't complain. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Hey, before we get started, if you were, you've done a little bit of heckling in your time as part of Raider Nation. Dave Johnson, a fan at the Ryder Cup, was heckling one of the golfers. Golfer tells him to, hey, come out here and see if you can make this putt. He goes out there and drains about a 20-footer, makes $100. Could you have made that putt?
I could have made a 25-footer, Sully.
Big talk, tough talk there from Hoff. Don't hassle the Hoff.
Exactly.
So let's talk some football, man. Raider Nation, big win for the Red Raiders last night. I know you weren't out there. That's a pretty tough bus ride. 205-mile round trip, so you decided not to head out to that one. But talk about this squad. I know you still have a lot of friends on the team. I'm sure they were excited about the win.
Everyone's excited, especially when we win 35-0. I mean, you got to remember this is a record-setting defense last year, forcing 29 turnovers, set school record best turnovers forced in the season. Still got some leaders on that defense. It's a young defensive line. Of course, you still got Dan Walsh. He's going off for big tackles. He's forcing turnovers and all that. But anytime you can shut out a team, that's a big win right there.
What do you think? What do you think the future holds for this Ocean City football team? I know they've had a tough schedule here to start in September, but the fellows are working hard, looking to turn things around. How do you see this team progressing throughout the season?
Well, if you look at who they've played so far, the teams they've played already, Oak Crest and Cedar Creek, they're a combined 7-1.
Yep.
You look at down the line, they got Absegami, Mainland, Middle, and Lower Cape May. They're combined 2-7. So you look at who they played. They played some tough guys early, and they should be able to come out. I see them winning 4 straight games, 5 straight. St. Joe's Prep. Every team's beatable in the West Jersey Football League this year. If they can come out 5, you can come out 4. Be confident against St. Joe's, and you get on a roll.
Are you mad that you graduated this past spring and now they have the turf football field?
Definitely a little ticked off about that. They got a much more lenient schedule than we had last year, so it would have been fun with the team we had last year to play this year.
That's a beautiful turf field, though. I mean, you guys got to be impressed with that, and it's got to be great going forward for Ocean City High School to have that kind of facility, not only for the football team, but the soccer teams, the lacrosse teams, the field hockey. Talk about that all coming together, and even though you've graduated, that's got to be a great thing for Ocean City High School.
Oh, exactly. It's not just turf field; it's the whole atmosphere over there at Cara Stadium. When you come out there, you see the OC logo on the turf. It makes you feel like, this is a big time. This is going to be a football school now. This is going to be a real sports-heavy school now. Even field hockey gets on it later today. They have game day at 5 o'clock. Boys soccer played on it last night. More and more teams want to come and play on the turf. Villanova's looking to get a football game on the turf next season. A little preseason action like Rowan does.
Awesome.
Even like track. It's a great track facility now. Now they got everything over there. So, as people catch on, it's going to be bringing more business into Ocean City, New Jersey.
We're talking with Jeff Hofner, former Ocean City High School football player and former leader of Raider Nation. Jeff, I guess you kind of turned the keys over to Eric Levi. I mean, he's playing football now, but what's the future for Raider Nation, and can anybody compare to your student fan section?
Definitely got big shoes to fill, of course. But even when I saw them play last week against Cedar Creek, man, they were looking good. They were jamming over there, led by John Reardon, Matt Alexiak, Chris May. They got some big-name, funny guys over there, so should be pretty solid for the football season. And then, of course, it's even going to pick up during basketball. I know even Andrew Donahue wants to get involved. So as he's going to be playing basketball. He's going to be playing baseball. He's playing football right now. So even players want to get involved. That's how big the movement's becoming.
Now, how did it come about where you kind of became the leader of that student fan section?
I was always the loudest, so everyone just follows the loudest guy. So.
And, you know, when we're talking about high school sports and the students being involved, you see that, and we did a cover story about that over the summertime, how big that's gotten over the past couple of years. Now you're seeing Oakcrest trying to compete with some of you guys. EHT got out there big time to support the softball team during last year's state championship run. How important is it to the players to have all their students behind them coming out to games, getting crazy? You see it at Mainland. They paint their chests with the Mainland letters of the school and all that stuff. They're throwing powder in the air. They got all kind of crazy costumes. It's really become a big thing for the students to get involved in the sports that they're not playing.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, it definitely creates an atmosphere for the players to vibe off of. I know, just being on the field myself, I could always, when you looked up into the sand, you see smiling faces, you see happy people knowing they're there for you. It's definitely a big boost of confidence for the program, and it just creates a great atmosphere. Loud people cheering, and they're there for you. And like you said earlier, Pleasantville, as they get more and more people out there, they're going to be a pretty dominant program in a couple of years.
Talk with Jeff Hofner, former Ocean City high school football player. Jeff, give us some of your thoughts on the West Jersey Football League. We're about 4 weeks into the season, this whole new league, new divisions. What's caught your eye in the first couple of weeks? I know you're a big high school sports fan, former player. You keep up with a lot of these teams. What's really caught your eye in the first 4 weeks of the season?
I think definitely Holy Spirit's definitely catch my eye. Smaller program, the numbers and students go down each and every year, but they still have dominant programs every year after year. Even I see Hamilton beat Bridgeton triple overtime. I know the Sasso family's pretty happy about that. Oakcrest, they got good players on there. I wouldn't expect them to come out with a couple big wins to start the season. But I'm actually really shocked about St. Joe's, coming out losing that first one against Holy Spirit.
Yeah, Holy Spirit's really been on a roll. They've taken down two perennial powerhouse programs in St. Joe and Delsea, which have combined for 11 straight state championships. So that's something to hang your hat on if you're Holy Spirit.
Of course, definitely a big boost to the program.
Jeff, talk about Raider Nation a little bit tonight. Are we going to see him out there in full force for the field hockey game?
I'm sure John Reardon's out there rallying the troops on Twitter and all that. So it should be a decent group out there. If the weather's anything like it was yesterday, you'll find me up in the press box. Nice and warm up there.
Come on, man, press box. You're the godfather of Raider Nation, man. You got to be right there in the middle of it all.
Yeah, I'll let them kiss the ring, and then and then I'll move on
up. Before we let you go, Jeff, I want to talk real quick about Tom Parks. Everyone in Ocean City knows him, the voice of the basketball games, the football games. Kind of a tough situation. I guess he retired in the spring, and now for some kind of silly rule, he's not allowed to be at any or work any of the high school football or basketball games. He's got to basically sit out for 180 days. We'll talk to Tom Williams more about that in the second hour. But just give me some of your thoughts on Tom Parks and what he's meant to that high school for the last, 3 or 4 decades.
Yeah, I mean, me and Mr. Park were always close. I had him 2 years in class, and he was always a guy you can go to. He was always real up and up about the players. He'd give everyone all the respect in the world. Asking you how games were. He'd remind you of games you didn't even know you had. So, he was the voice of Ocean City High School. He's the voice of Cary Stadium. He's the voice of Dixie Howell Memorial Gymnasium. And 37 years of Raider ball, and it just all goes like that. So I'm hoping to keep the tradition alive. Me and Coach John Bruno up there in the booth on Friday nights.
That's got to be quite an experience.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Yeah, Bruno's quite a character. We enjoy him during the basketball season.
Oh yeah, his Hawaiian shirts and everything.
Yep. All right, Jeff, we're up against the break. Got to let you go, but thanks for checking in. A little Chalk talk, little Raider Nation talk, and good luck to you down the road in whatever you're pursuing.
All right. Thank you, Sully. Have a good one.
You got it, man. Have a good weekend. We'll see you out there tonight.
Yep.
All right. That was Jeff Hofner, former Ocean City High School football player.